Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we trust in the name of the Lord our God. Psalm 20 verse 7. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another makeup tutorial because I told you guys I was going to be consistent and I'm trying to be a woman of my word. Okay, this is my simple soft glam makeup routine. If you'd like to see how I achieve this look, then please carry on watching. Okay, so I've already done my skin prep. If you'd like to see how I skin prep, check out my Instagram. I have a video showing what I do to skin prep, or you can check out my skincare routine on my TikTok. So once skin prep is done, I'm going to go straight into priming my skin. And to prime my skin, I'm using the MAC Studio Radiance Illuminating Primer. If you want that glowy, dewy base, this is the primer that you need, and it actually holds your makeup in place. So this is the primer that I use, and you can see instantly there's a difference in the radiance in my skin. On the skin, it has like, it kind of feels like the Hydro Grip primer by Milk. So that's like the closest thing I would compare it to, but it's a lot more glowy. I pretty much apply it to most places around my face, and if I want an extra glow, I go with the Danessa Myricks Glow Serum, and this is from the Yummy Skin collection. So I just literally apply this to the high points of my face. I actually recorded a tutorial with this particular look for Instagram and TikTok, but I just thought, like, why not record it for YouTube as well? So the brow pencil I'm using is the NYX Micro brow pencil, and this is in the shade Brunette. So I just brush my brow hairs upwards, line underneath, starting from the middle, working my way down to the tail, and then I line towards the front, fill in the front lightly, and then fill in the middle towards the tail, anywhere that's a bit sparse. Then I just brush the product through my brow, and that's how I fill in my brows. I do come back in at the end and like redo the front, because I find that it does smudge away lightly when I do my base. So this is just like my step 1 brow. And then to conceal under my brow, I'm going to take the Huda Beauty fauxfilter concealer in the shade Butterscotch. And then, yeah, I think I'm going to take a little bit more. I might come back in with a lighter concealer, but I'm just going to use this to conceal my brow for now. I'm going to take some more all over my lid. I'm going to take a bit of my Born This Way in the shade Chestnut to just brighten that concealer a bit under my brow, or towards the tail area. And I'm just going to blend that out with my Hourglass brush. So this is the foundation I'm going to use. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation in the shade 14N. And I don't use this foundation much, I don't know why, but when I do, it's really good. It's quite thick in consistency, but it does look like skin. So it gives you that coverage, but isn't too heavy on the skin. Just going to apply it like that onto my cheek so that I can see on one side. I'm not applying too much. And I'm taking my Yummy Skin brush by Danessa Myricks, and I'm just going to blend that into my skin. And it just gives this glowy, youthful looking finish to my skin. It literally looks like skin. And that's my type of foundations. I don't really like foundations that look heavy or cakey or matte on the skin. I really like foundations that imitate the skin. And yeah, this foundation does just that. And as you can see, it doesn't really like tone down the radiance of my skin. If anything, it even adds more glow to my skin. And I'm going to take some under my eyes just to pre-conceal before my actual concealer. So the two concealers that I used for the look were the Huda Beauty fauxfilter concealers in butterscotch and praline. So first I'm going to go in with butterscotch, which is pretty much my skin tone. I'm just going to take that, not too much, here, around my mouth, and this is just a shade, literally my skin tone. I'm just going to spread the concealer out. And down my nose. And then I'm going to go with praline, which is the brighter concealer, on top. I only use butterscotch underneath because I don't like to go straight in with a really bright concealer. Going in with something that's a bit more close to my skin tone. I'm just going to take it everywhere I would usually highlight, and a bit on my forehead, not too much. I was really going for a soft base, so I'm not going to apply too much, which is why I'm not layering my concealer. I'm just mixing it together, and I'm going to blend out around my mouth first. And you can just see how that literally melts into my skin, and it conceals without brightening that area, because that's not the areas that I really want to brighten. I just want to really brighten the center of my face. I'm going to blend out the edges of the concealer whilst I let it sit, so that when I come back to blend, it's easier to blend. And this concealer does dry down pretty fast, so I don't need to let it sit for too long. I'm going to blend out the rest of the concealer. And now I'm going to blend out the concealer underneath my eyes. And like I said, I am going for a soft look, so I'm not going to cream bronze, I'm just going to powder bronze. I do feel like I applied a bit more concealer, so I'm going to take a bit more, literally a tiny amount of the brighter concealer, and just blend that out again. Now I'm going to go in and set with the Huda Beauty powder in the shade Banana Bread. And I'm just going to take that on my sponge, tap off the excess, and then just set that in. And I do really feel like the Huda powder and the Huda concealer work really, really well together. The excess, I just took it on my nose. I'm going to take a bit more for around my mouth and my forehead. And I'm also going to set my eyelids. The bronzer that I actually used was the Juvia's Place bronzer, but I know that it's hard to come by in the UK, so I'm going to use the Morphe bronzer this time. These two shades. It's even a lot more pigmented anyways, so that's good. And I personally like a lot of bronzer, so I'm not going to be too shy with it. And obviously I didn't use a cream bronzer, so I'm just compensating with the powder bronzer. And I find that with this bronzer you don't really need to use a cream bronzer because it's really, really pigmented anyway. It does look like it's a lot right now, but once I finish, it's gonna blend and merge nicely into each other. Okay, now I'm gonna go with my Revolution Powder Puff, my absolute favorite. And I'm gonna go back in with that Huda powder just to bake. So I'm gonna take it along the sides of my nose contour, and I'm going to take it upwards Go back in with my bronzer brush just to clean up the edges of that bake. There's literally nothing on this, but sort of reverse contour, but there's nothing there, but it's really subtle. You can see a little bit. And I'm going to use the same palette to just do the eyes. I'm going to take this shade, which is the lighter bronzer shade that I was using, and I'm going to take that all over my eyelid. And I love using this palette for like soft glam bronzer eye looks because it's just literally so perfect. I'm going to take it on my lid just before the crease line, not taking it upwards, and then when I blend it out upwards, first into the corner, and then the excess I just flick it outwards like so, and then I just blend the orange shade just to make it a bit more on the burnt orange side. Yeah, I think I prefer that because right now it's giving like a smoky brown. If I want something simple like today, I'm going to use more of the lighter shade just to tone it down, because when it's just brown it's more of like a smoky vibe. I'm going to line my eyes with the Huda Beauty Creamy Kohl. Literally just lining the eyes. And I'm not doing the bottom lash line. I'm going to take the same colour I used on my lids just on my lower lash line with a smaller brush. And I'm just going to smoke it out on my bottom lash line. Using a black eyeliner on your waterline will close up your eyes, but that's not the look I'm going for today. I still want it to be quite soft, not too harsh, so I'm not going to use black eyeliner in my waterline. Instead I'm going to use my bottom lashes to make it pop. I'm going to take a bit of shimmer just in my inner corner, and this is going to open my eyes up even more. Remember when I said I was going to go back in and do my brows, just the front area. I'm going to kind of brush away any form of powder that's on my cheek because I'm going to apply a cream here. Before I move on to the cream, I'm going to take some mascara and apply my false lashes. So this is how my lashes are looking. This is the Beauty Bay liquid blush in the shade Reef. I know people usually apply liquid blush underneath, but I like to apply it on top only because of the finish and the glow that it gives my skin. So I'm just going to take that on the back of my hand. As you can see, it's this nice bright pink, but it's not as bright as it appears. It does apply on my skin a bit more sheer, and just apply that as I would my powder blush. This liquid blush does dry down, kind of like a satin finishy, and you can see the difference. I do the same on the other side. And the reason why I'm baking for so long is because I do want that bright under eye. Because I don't apply really bright concealers, I'm just gonna use the powder to just create that brightened under eye look. And yeah, I love this blush. It's so subtle, but so, you know, you can still see it, but it's very subtle at the same time. It's nothing too dramatic. And now I'm going to do my mascara. I'm using the MAC Stack mascara, and I'm just going to coat my bottom lashes, probably like 2 to 3 layers, because I do want that look. Take it on my nose. And then my forehead. I'm not applying too much on my cheeks. I'm applying the most like to the center of my face. And because the blush already has like a semi-glowy finish, I don't really need to apply too much to my cheeks. Just taking it away gently. And then I'm going to take my powder puff and just press in all this excess powder. So I just take my powder puff, press it in, and I press on the sides of my nose contour, and that's what diffuses it and makes it less harsh. And I take a different side of my powder puff that's clean, and I just press in everything else into my skin. I'm just going to go back in with a bit of that liquid blush again on top. And then I stick it on a really light layer on my nose. This is the Huda Beauty Lip Contour 2.0 in the shade Rich Brown. And I'm going to use that to line my lips. And then the bottom. And then I'm going to take this Anastasia Beverly Hills lip gloss, and this is in the shade Butterscotch. I'm going to take the smallest amount. This is like a nice nude colour in the centre of my lip, like so. Press that together. And then I go in with the KIKO Milano lip gloss in the shade 32 on top. Go around the edges. I'm just going to set my face with the MAC powder. This is the Studio Fix Pro Set and Blur powder in the shade Dark. Just set everywhere else that I didn't set with a powder. Really lightly. Now I'm going to set my face with the Revolution Superfix Super Hold Fixing Spray. And I like this spray because it gives you like a matte but still satin finish. I'm going to spray it all over my face. If I really want to mattify a certain area, for example the center of my face, I'm going to go in with the one side spray, just take that in the middle. Okay, so this is the final look, as you can see. I hope you enjoyed it. I tried to replicate the exact look from yesterday. Any questions that you have, let me know. Any looks you want me to do, let me know. If you're new, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so that you don't miss out when I post a new video. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Stay blessed, stay safe, and stay prayed up.